So it's been 3 months since my full facelift, my neck lift, and my fat transfer, and I wanted to do a follow-up video. I've been getting a lot of questions, on social media and in my other videos. So I wanted to address some of those and also talk about who my doctor actually is, because some of you have been asking me that as well. And if I'm happy and kind of what I'm doing now. So just kind of a general update and things to be aware of if you are going to, do a similar procedure, or if you're thinking about doing a similar procedure. So first of all, my initial thoughts, people are asking me if I'm happy, if I have any regrets at all, if I'm, overall happy with my decision. And I 100% am happy with my decision. I'm still in the healing process. I had a follow-up yesterday. My incisions are really coming along. So again, I mentioned in previous videos, with a facelift, it's so much different than other surgeries because you can't really monitor your incisions that well. And so that I found to be a little problematic. So if you're having someone help you and just monitor the ones behind your ear, just to make sure that, one, like you don't have an infection or anything is going wrong or looking funky, because it's really, really hard to even like get a mirror and to analyze that. For my incisions, I've really only been using like a little bit of maybe castor oil, vitamin E, because I had a reaction early on to one of the scar creams I got from my plastic surgeon. So I've just kind of been keeping it simple. I have had still swelling here under my chin, but it is getting so much better. And really, like I've just been consciously pushing on it. I feel like that has worked the best. And then kind of doing a little lymphatic and bringing it down. But I haven't even been doing that much. And it's gotten so much better in the past 2 weeks. Um, so my doctor initially, so I do facials. I've owned my own business for over 20 years. And I've talked with my clients over the years about, getting things done and talking with them when they want to get things done. And I always swore I would go to a doctor that was only a facial plastic surgeon. And that was just always my thinking. And then when I met my doctor, I just kind of fell in love with him and his bedside manner. And he is not just a facial plastic surgeon, he's a general plastic surgeon who does literally everything, and has two offices, one by me in Montclair, New Jersey, and another in Dallas. So I had, of course, interviewed with other doctors and still was drawn back to this particular doctor. So his name is Matthew Travado. He's in Montclair, New Jersey, plastic surgery. And again, he's in Dallas as well. And I just was very comfortable with him. And that's all I can say. If you're looking for doctors, like one, obviously look at their work, but two, like your comfort level with them is so important, because you need to be have the least amount of stress as possible going into your procedure and after, to really help in your recovery. Because one thing that has come up with people commenting and asking about is depression. And that is something that I saw come up with other people that have gone through this. And it's called like facelift depression. And it can come up around a week after your surgery. And it's just something to be aware of. One, the people that you surround yourself with is really important. And if you don't have supportive people around you, that can be a big problem. Two, I notice a lot of other doctors post videos of their patients online that are like 7 days out and they look amazing, like they're going to dinner and going out. And that was not the story for me. And it's not the story for a lot of other people that have messaged me. So I just want you to be aware about that. Don't think that, at 7 days, maybe like you're looking really bad and like that's something is wrong. Because I was, swollen. I was not bruised, but I was very swollen, and your swelling will not be like totally even on both sides. So of course your mind starts going, and some people can just go down this rabbit hole and get really depressed. So I want you to just be aware that's something that could come up, and it can be normal. But I would say the best thing is to not overanalyze yourself in the early weeks. Give yourself way more time to heal than you think that you're going to need. So, I mean, taking 2 weeks off of work is fine, but don't be thinking like after 1 week, you're going to be able to like go out on date night with your husband or your significant other or something, because I just didn't find that to be the case. So just don't be disappointed if you're going to have a similar results as me, as not being like 7 days out, like looking amazing. So obviously everybody heals differently, but I'm just want to put it out there so that you don't feel depressed or feel like something is wrong, comparing yourself to other people that have had the surgeries. And I was doing that a little bit because the people that I was comparing myself to were a lot older than me. And one of the reasons I decided to have the surgery early, at 49, was because I just figured it would be more natural. It's not going to be so dramatic and I would heal a lot faster. and I just didn't heal as fast as I thought I was going to heal. But I didn't let it get me down, and I was confident in my doctor. And that's what I'm saying. You need to just be confident in your doctor, like 100%. So of course you're going to be nervous. It's your face, but just don't have these like thoughts going, because it's not going to do any good for your healing process. So in the healing, I've really, once I got over the hump of the first 10 days, really focused a lot on my nutrition, being healthy, my mindset. So those are things that you really need to focus on. Even now, I'm really have a high protein intake. I take different amino acids, collagen, and I'm still exercising. So as far as exercise, people have been asking me that as well. If you're like a big exercise person like I was, I noticed it took me about 1 month to get back into like where I could lift heavier weight and kind of do like my HIIT trainings without it feeling totally weird. And it's very hard to describe if you haven't had the surgery, but when say you're like running or doing sprints or something like that HIIT training, your incisions are going to feel weird. It just feels weird. Even now, I'm still numb. 3 months out, I'm numb here and I'm still a little bit numb here. But every day it's like, you could tell it's a little bit better. But when you're kind of running and your face is kind of moving, I'm just telling you, it's something nobody really talks about, but it feels really weird. So just something to be aware of. I still to this day am not doing any sit-ups. So when I notice like when you do a sit-up or any kind of movement where you're like coming forward, there's a lot of like tension here, like pulling on the neck. And I know that has probably a lot to do with my form as well, but I just steer clear of anything where I'm feeling like pulling on my neck at all. So I will, do planks, and I will do like ab things on the reformer, or just something where I'm not feeling any pulling. So if you're also getting your neck done and this is something like, I would just maybe steer clear of that. That's something other people don't talk about as well. So another thing to be mindful of is that you need to be prepared that people are going to comment. Okay. So whether you tell people or not, that's your decision. I was very open about it because this is what I do for a living, and my clients are curious about obviously these procedures and what it's like. So I was very open about it and talking about it, publicly. But so I got a lot of comments. So that's fine. I, for my whole life, have gotten a lot of comments just in general. So it's something that I'm kind of just used to. But I just want to prepare you, because you might not think that or realize the amount of comments that you could possibly get. And I think if you have a more dramatic look, maybe not people at work, but maybe like family members are going to say something, and they're going to be like judgmental. So just be prepared for that. Even now, like, I have so many of my clients like, wow, like you look great, but you didn't need it, or you shouldn't have wasted your money, or you should have waited longer. Um, or, like I can't really see a difference, things like that. But if you're doing this for you, which I did this 100% for me, my husband was like, you don't need to do it. You're beautiful. My client's like, you don't need to do it. You look great. And yes, I do think like I looked good for my age, but it was just something that bothered me. And I was doing 100% for me. So the comments that are coming in or that came in, like really just didn't affect me, because in the end, like I'm happy with the result and the outcome, and I had to go through the process, the healing process. And it's like a long healing process. So be aware of that. I think I'm still healing 3 months out. And, according to other people online, like you have to give it a year. So that's a long time to be healing, right? And also, you know, hearing what everybody else is saying. So just really be prepared mentally for that. So this could take a toll, I could see, on someone's mental, like um their mentality, because if one, you're going through the surgery and it's hard because you don't look the same, or you don't think you're going, healing as well as you should, and then people are commenting, like it can take a toll, I could see, like on your mindset and how you're feeling day to day. So just know that, and try and go into it like very positive, and try and really surround yourself with supportive people. I've had clients have other surgeries where their family was not supportive at all. And honestly, that can make a difference in your healing process. If you're not in a good headspace and you're negative or you're feeling down, your body isn't going to repair itself as well. It's just going to be harder. So the more positive you can be, I feel like the better you're going to heal. just in general. I want to say I'm going to continue to make these videos, occasionally and update you along the way because again, as I said in previous videos, there were not a lot of follow-up videos done by other people once they did their initial couple of videos. And I was really curious to see longer, um, you know, results. So, or actually, I also was curious to see, maybe things that came up along the way post surgery, like 6 months out, 8 months out, like what was going on, were, what just in general. And I had no idea. Nobody's posting those videos. So my goal is to post those videos for you. And also, if you have questions, then post them below or message me on social media. It's the same at jennoconnor.co. And I will start to, also put those questions into my videos as well. So I hope this helped you on your journey. Just be, really mindful of the doctors that you are interviewing and the final doctor that you do pick, because it makes a big difference in your mindset. And just, really be positive throughout the whole journey, and good luck.